Here are 5 potential matches for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 43. I've also included a bonus 6 potential match, so let's get into it. Let's start with a match that a lot of fans are predicting, and that would be Roman Reigns versus Obafemi. So Obafemi just defeated Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 42. And to beat somebody like Brock, it's very clear that WWE is very high on him from that. And it's pretty clear that he's going to be moving up into the main event scene in WWE here. It feels like just a matter of time before he's in the world title picture, and WWE's obviously going to be pushing him as their next monster. So Roman Reigns versus Obafemi is a match that makes sense. Personally, I have this in my SummerSlam predictions. I think we're going to see Roman versus Oba at SummerSlam, but they definitely could wait until WrestleMania 43 and do that match there. That seems like a no-brainer, and it feels like a match that is worthy of kind of a big pay-per-view event, especially with how they're booking Obafemi. So, yeah, I'm going with Roman Reigns versus Obafemi as one possible option. Let's go with The Rock versus Roman Reigns next. So it feels like WWE has teased this for a decade now. It hasn't happened, and I think that fans would like to see Roman Reigns versus The Rock. So we have to include it on this list. There's the family history involved. It's one of the few kind of big time matches that I think The Rock would come in a retirement for. And this event, as of recording this video, is scheduled for Saudi Arabia. So that usually is the case that they want kind of big stars like The Rock. So that is kind of the theory behind this pick. Saudi Arabia and WWE get together. Hey, let's give The Rock whatever he wants to get this match done, and then The Rock comes out of retirement. So that's gonna be as simple as that. The Rock versus Roman Reigns is a possibility. As of now, I'm not sure it's gonna happen, but it's definitely a possibility just based on where WrestleMania 43 is. Okay, so up next, I'm going with Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker. So Braun Breaker is a talent who WWE is also clearly high on. So he is kind of moving up the card, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the main event or world title picture by WrestleMania 43. Just if he's able to stay healthy, I just think he's going to keep getting pushed up the card. And I think they're going to keep giving him some kind of big wins. And yeah, I just could see them building him up to be a Roman Reigns opponent. So I'm going with Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker as a potential option. Up next, I have Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. So Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins is a match that we've seen before, but I think based on the growth of both of their characters, I think them facing off at WrestleMania would be a no-brainer at some point for WWE. They have the history with the Shield. Their characters have kind of changed so much since they've kind of last faced off in just a singles match. And yeah, I just think them facing off is a no-brainer. I did my WrestleMania 43 prediction video right after WrestleMania was over, and this was my initial gut feeling of where WWE's going to go. We'll have to wait and see what they decide to do, but I would definitely they could do it. I mean by that is they could do it at like SummerSlam or something like that beforehand, so it doesn't end up being WrestleMania 43. But I definitely think that Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins is on the radar, two main event talents, and I think fans would like to see them face off in a singles match on a big stage. So yeah, I'm going with Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Okay, so up next, I'm going with Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. So Jey Uso has established himself as the main event talent over his brother Jimmy. I'm not saying Jimmy can't get there one day, but it's pretty clear out of the duo with the world title that Jey got that WWE views him more on that level. So that is why I'm going with Jey here. They could do a triple threat, but with Jimmy also involved, so don't that is definitely an option. But just for this video, I'm going with Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. I think it would make sense because they've been aligned for so long. They've had some issues, but overall they haven't faced off in a singles match at WrestleMania. So I think Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso would be an interesting storyline and something WWE can kind of go through. And yeah, I think the storyline not alone would be good, and it would be kind of a Jey Uso turns on Roman finally and stands up for himself, something like that, as the story, or kind of Roman attacks Jimmy, and then Jey kind of gets some retribution for him, something like that. But either way, I'm going with Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso as an option, and then Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. We'll count that as well. But yeah, I could see either of those ones happening. So there you have it. For me, the most realistic options for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 43 are Roman Reigns versus Obafemi, Roman Reigns versus The Rock, Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso, and then a bonus Roman Reigns versus Jimmy Uso versus Jey Uso in a triple threat. So those are the most likely matches in my eyes, just based on the talent involved in storylines. I think those are probably the only realistic matches, unless they come out of left field with something. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But let me know in the comment section below who you think Roman's going to face at WrestleMania 43. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear if you agree or disagree with any of my picks, and if you think it could be somebody completely different from this list. So let me know, and thanks for watching, and please subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. I also do WWE predictions for future pay-per-view events. I do star ratings and stuff like that, so please subscribe if you're a WWE fan. Thanks a lot.